Now on this Tuesday afternoon, and let's turn back to meteorologist Cedric Haynes here in the Storm Alert Center. And Cedric, you were saying we're kind of in that pattern where we start off those cool mornings out there and then kind of quickly heats up.
Yeah, that's right, Latrice. And it's you know, people think it's just the sunshine, but it really has to do with the very dry air in place, and that's science. Dry air cools off quickly at night, but yeah, it heats up quickly during the day. And even outside right now, you see from our Warren and Griffin camera, we have some of those clouds, but it's not going to produce any rain. Why? Because we have that dry air in place. So let's dive into that, because that's really the big weather story here in the coming days. It's all of this dry air that we've had, and just how dry. Take a look at the month of September here on the calendar, and you can see we've only had a couple of days around the beginning of the month, the first couple of weeks, where we had about a trace of an inch of rainfall. Otherwise, a couple of 1/100ths of an inch of rainfall, but overall, we've only seen less than a 1/10 of an inch of rain for the entire month of September. So that gives us a departure from average of over 3 inches of rainfall. Yeah, we could definitely use some rain. Now, you're probably saying that seems very dry even for September, which is usually a drier time period for us, and you would be correct. In fact, looking at the records dating all the way back to 1879, we're currently in the 3rd spot right now for the driest September ever. And just to add a little more insult to injury, if we don't pick up a 1/4 of an inch of rain or so by the end of the month, this ranking will hold, and this will be one of the driest Septembers in over 104 years. The good thing? Well, we're tracking showers. That's our next big thing in the forecast, and that's the reason why it's the next big thing, because we are tracking showers. The problem is, I don't know if we're going to see a 1/4 of an inch of rain or not. Let's talk more about that. Right now, you can see most of the rain and moisture down to our south along the Gulf Coast, but this upper level disturbance is going to be the system that's going to be moving by. That's going to bring us our next chance of showers, but it's also taking a northerly track. So that means that most of the energy is going to be just to our north. But let's talk about the rain chance, because again, today it's going to remain down to our south across southern Georgia and the Carolinas and right along the Gulf Coast. But here comes that upper level disturbance, and that'll bring us at least a chance of scattered showers as we get into our Wednesday. So that's going to be probably the highest chance that we have as we go into the next several days, Wednesday and even potentially on Thursday. And then beyond that, we start to dry things back out again. So let's go in a little closer and try to time this out for you a little better with the latest run of FutureCast. Again, as we go throughout this afternoon, just a northerly wind, mainly dry out there with a mixture of sun and clouds. We start off mainly dry for your Wednesday with just some clouds around. Notice in the afternoon, though, models are trying to indicate a broken line of scattered showers and maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder, especially across the northern half of the area. And notice here, this model is showing some of this activity drifting through the Tennessee Valley as we go towards the afternoon and evening hours on your Wednesday. So that's 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon and potentially stretching into about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening. Fingers crossed that that actually happens, because if not, it's going to be fairly dry. There is another chance going into your Thursday, but you can see that's a smaller chance than your Wednesday. So Wednesday is probably the best chance of rain, but even then, it's not a very high chance. The highest potential will be across the northern half of the area. That's where the rainfall totals could add up a little bit. These may be a little extreme, but maybe up to a 1/2 inch in some spots. And then notice the amounts get lower the farther south you go. So overall, if we don't see that rainfall tomorrow or Thursday, oh, it's looking very dry here for the next, let's say, 7 to 10 days. So fingers crossed. Here's your Storm Alert 7-day forecast. Again, Latrice, 88 today, so very warm, but it's a dry warmth out there across the area. Our next good chance of rain, Wednesday and Thursday.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be watching.